Offshore wind is a key player in the global transition to clean energy. However, certain myths prevent people from seeing the full potential of this renewable energy source. Within this video, we will dispel two of these myths. The first myth is the belief that offshore wind farms are the biggest threat to birds and bats populations, while any large structure can pose a risk to birds and bats. Studies show that offshore wind farms have less impact than feared. Turbine designs have evolved and locations are carefully chosen to avoid major migration paths. Research conducted at wind farms in Europe, such as those of the coasts of the UK and the Netherlands, has shown that birds' fatalities are far lower than initially predicted. Recent data show that offshore wind farms are not the biggest threat to birds' populations. In fact, the leading causes of birds and bats' deaths remain habitat loss and pollution due to human activities. The second myth is that people don't want to live near offshore wind farms, fearing noise, disruption, or negative effects on property values. However, offshore wind farms are usually located so far from shore that they are almost invisible and inaudible. The turbines are typically more than 10 to 15 kilometers away from coastline, far beyond the point where they would impact daily life. Not only are these fears often exaggerated, but studies also show that communities near offshore wind farms have not experienced a drop in property values or quality of life. In fact, some areas have seen increased interest thanks to the economic opportunities created by the wind industry. As we've seen, the fears surrounding offshore wind farms are largely unfounded. They do not pose a significant threat to wildlife and they coexist peacefully with coastal communities. Offshore wind is not only an essential step toward cleaner energy, but also one that benefits local economies and protects our natural environment. By dispelling these myths, we hope to encourage a widespread support for offshore wind as part of a sustainable future.